Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Science of Planning. In today's video, we are going to continue my little series I'm doing where I am just updating you guys with the planners that I'm using for organizing life, work, business, budgeting, with my planner setup. If you are not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure you turn on your bell notifications so you know when I am posting these new videos up here on my channel. All right, guys, it is definitely that time of year where everyone is posting like a refresh or what it is that they're going to be using for the rest of the year. But for my series of videos, I'm just updating you guys. Some things have switched dramatically, like my work planner, and then other things are kind of the same. Maybe like a few changes here and there. So I'm not going to say like, this is what I'm using the rest of the year, because I know me, that's not going to happen. I know I'm going to change something eventually. So it's just updating you guys here. And the next part of my series is to show you guys my budgeting setup planner here. So side note about my budgeting system, I do keep it separately because of the system that I use, and also because I have a separate YouTube channel where I talk everything budget. So if you are interested in budgeting and how I actually use this for my budget, make sure you check out my other YouTube account. It's called Science of Budgeting. I'll make sure I'll link it here for you guys. But yeah, it is definitely where I am more focused on using this planner. So you're definitely going to see some of the setup here, but if you're more interested in how I'm using this to budget, check out my other channel. Okay guys, so let's jump into it. So we're going to start with this big planner here. And again, nothing's changed too much, maybe like a cover or some dashboards here, but I've been using this type of system for almost a year and a half now. Oh man, it'll be 2 years in October that I've used this pretty much exact system here. And I absolutely love it. I love this size. I love the cover on it. It's just been working out so well. All I really need to do is just update the months in here as I budget per paycheck there. So as far as the setup goes, this is a classic Happy Planner size. It is punched for a 9-disc system. And then I have it on a set of Happy Planner discs. I don't know where I got these because they're super old, y'all. Actually, I do know where. It came from a teacher planner that had these metal discs on here. They don't make them anymore though, and I know they are different because I bought something which I thought was similar and they're not. So I can't link these guys here, but I can definitely link this cover because Happy Planner still makes it. It is their hard snap-on cover with this black quilted look here. It is still an oldie and a favorite. I know Happy Planner's coming out with some newer covers that kind of mimic this, so they're going through a weird phase, at least weird in my book. So these right here weren't as popular, at least not for a while. And so I guess they stopped making them, but then they surprised us and came out with some new covers, but they're soft. And so they're like super floppy. Not my favorite look. I mean, they're really pretty colors, but I love this hard snap-on cover look. So yeah, they came out with soft, and now they're supposed to be coming out with something that's a little bit sturdier, but not as hard as these. So yeah, I am curious to kind of see, because I would prefer something like that, but who knows, if I end up liking the color schemes that they have all together, I may switch this out for the new one. We'll see. But yeah, so that could be something that I end up changing, but this has been my go-to for years now, so it is staying here. And then as far as the cover goes, I do switch this out every once in a while. I don't remember when I added this. It's been great so far, so I've just been keeping it here. This is a cover set that I bought from Alicia Michelle. She did a collaboration with Fancy Planner Co., and these are her floral designs, and so I absolutely love her stickers, and I love all of the things that she came out with this collaboration, and this floral design was definitely something I wanted to add for my planner setup. So I have it here with my budget planner. And then on the back, there is no color with it. So for my budget planner, I have two main parts here. I have the actual budgeting system, and then I have a place where I have different printables. And they can be printables that either I have created, which are up on my Etsy shop. I'll make sure to link that below if you're interested in any of the budget printables I make here. And then of course I have printables from other shops as well. I also have those printables sectioned off with these dividers that are here. So we're going to start with this section first, and then we'll get into the actual paycheck system. So in the front of my budget planner, I have 4 dividers. These dividers are from Cloth and Paper. They are their clear plastic dividers. So perfect for this. I do love that they're top tab, and they are perfect for each of the 4 sections that I have up here. Behind each divider is a dashboard from either a Happy Planner extension pack or an actual budget pack. I'm not too sure. These are really old, and I just kind of cut off the tab here so they're flushed with it. But they do have some budgeting quotes on here. So I do like the combination with the 2 of them. But it's just decoration at this point for it. So in this first section here, I just have some motivation. So a little dashboard I made for keeping me motivated for budgeting. I have some notes that I printed out from different budgeters. So this is from the Budget Mom, her freedom steps. And then I also have some notes back here, but this first section is just all about motivation. And if I find any helpful tips for budgeting, I like to keep it here in this first section. Okay, so this next section here is, I would say, just like instructions for the budgeting system that I use. So I use the Budget Mom's Budget by Paycheck Workbook. I have been using this for almost 2 years now. It has been a great change to my budgeting journey here. But I've been finding like I use her system with a couple of other techniques as well. But her workbook is definitely like the bomb. So I absolutely loved it. And she has both a printed and a printable version. And so I print her printable version. You can purchase a PDF of this. I print it on classic Happy Planner paper. And I'm gonna probably be doing a video shortly of like how I do that if you're interested in that here. But I end up sizing it down so that way it can fit on the paper. And this is just blank Happy Planner paper. This came from a notebook. It is really, really old. I haven't seen Happy Planner come out with sketchbooks is what they were calling them, which is where I got this paper from. So I apologize, I cannot link this exactly, but when I make that video about how to print on here, I'll make sure to note like what it looks like on different type of paper, because I have actually printed this on dot grid paper. You can barely tell the dots are there. So that could be another option for you as well. But yeah, so I printed out on here, and this is where her instructions are at. I just love going through here and looking like how do you actually use her workbook and having them here for reference. So that is all here in this first section. All right, y'all, my next section is going to be my debt tracking system here. And so if you're interested in everything that's in here, definitely check out my other YouTube channel. But I'll just show you guys real quick an example of the printable that I use to help track my debt. This is a awesome printable from Debt Free Charts, created by Heidi Nash. She makes these really fun game boards where you can keep track of like your progress, and I just love this so much. So this is an example of what I use to track my debt payoff journey. So I put my starting balance and then I just kind of color it in. So this is another fun way of keeping track of your finances. Just creating a tracker, coloring it in, seeing that progress visually, definitely help it out. But I'm not going to get into like budget talk because I could do that like for hours with you guys here. Today, it's all about the planner for it. Okay, this last section here is keeping track of what I call my savings goals or my sinking funds here. So this is a good example of what I do in here. So again, I have a tracker. This is one that I made that I sell up on my Etsy shop along with this tracker for my sinking funds. And so I just kind of go through and I track either visually the growth that I'm seeing with that savings goal, or I will have like a spending tracker here as well for it. But yeah, I've got tons of trackers in here that I use for all of my different savings goals. So that's mostly what this first section is here. In the front for is keeping track of debt, keeping track of savings, and then keeping like any budgeting tips all up in the front here. Okay, so this next section is going to be the actual budgeting system. And I'm just gonna kind of show you guys like a random page or a random setup here for right now. So again, I use the Budget Mom's Budget by Paycheck system. And when I print it, I don't have like my own like dividers for them. And I thought about doing the plastic ones, but I realized that I have some old ones from another planner, and I really do love these. These are from like a farmhouse planner that Happy Planner came out with a while ago, and they are still some of my favorite dashboards. So I'm just going to keep on using them. They're just going to be there to mark the date. But as far as what I do with the Budget Mom's Budget by Paycheck system is I, again, print out her workbook pages, but only the ones that I need. So you're not going to see every single one from that workbook in here, just the ones that I'm using. So one of the ones is going to be the calendar portion, and it is undated, so I can continue using that PDF over and over again. But yeah, so I like to use this for tracking any expenses on a monthly basis. Then you have her paycheck bill tracker system. So this is basically what I do over on my channel is I walk you guys through here as we go through how I'm going to be allocating my money per paycheck here. So that's a great one. You also have like your cash envelope breakdown, which I do use cash envelopes, and I'll show you some here in a second. Then you have a place to put your expense trackers. So that one's been awesome as well. And I do use some other sheets in here, but this is the majority of what it is. It's breaking down your paycheck and making sure that you have your tracking earner. But that is definitely two main components: breaking down my paychecks and then keeping track of my expenses. But I also want to make sure I keep track of progress and then have a specific goal in mind. Otherwise, you're just expense tracking, which again, you can listen more about that on my budgeting channel. But the last thing that I have in here is like all the way in the back. And that's just this folder here with some stickers that I either print out myself or that I just kind of put in this back pocket if I need them later for it. But yeah, that is everything in the budget planner setup here. Just a quick flip through with you guys. If you want to see more again about this planner, definitely check out my other YouTube. And on that channel, I, again, go through how I use these pages, and I love to show you guys how I use my cash envelope system. And that's where this planner comes in. So I'm going to switch them out real quick. So this is my planner / wallet. I am absolutely loving this system so much here, but want to say sometime this year, I transitioned out of a personal size wallet into a pocket size wallet. So the planner cover that I am using is from Moterm. This is in the style Cream Croc, and I have treated this myself. So I've used a little bit of acetone and lotion to whiten it and clean it up a little bit because it does get kind of dirty. I don't know if you guys can see right here. For it, but it is absolutely gorgeous. I really do love this style. And if you are interested, I know they sell out very quickly on the Moterm websites. They also sell them on AliExpress and sometimes on Amazon, but I will try to link all the hot spots for these planners in case you're wondering, or in case you're curious of checking this out here as well. But this is definitely a great setup for my on-the-go wallet system for it. So on the inside, you do get a zipper, so I do keep some cards in here that I need for me on the go. I don't think I have anything back here. Yeah, I keep that one empty, otherwise it gets too chunky. And then on the inside, I have the normal 19mm rings that it comes with. I used to have 25mm rings. I upgraded it, but then I realized it was just too big to carry around. So I went back down to the 19, but this definitely can fit 25mm comfortably in here. Jumping over here to the back, I do have a flyleaf that it comes with. Again, this was something that just got really dirty and I tried to clean it off, but it does not come this way with the spots on here that you guys see. So over here, I have some of my cards, my driver's license. I have some more cards, memberships, and then I have a few gift cards in here as well. So wallet system wise, that is definitely a key part. And then in here, I either put cash or I will put receipts back here. Okay, so going back to the beginning here, just to kind of do a flip through with you guys. So it is really chunky in the back because of all the cards back there, which is why I wanted to show those to you guys first for them. But this first part does not have a lot of paper in here because I honestly don't write that much in here. So if I had to say inserts, this is it. Like, that's all that's in here. Most of it's decoration because I'm mostly using it for a wallet now, but you can definitely try it with both. So I do have this dashboard from Cloth and Paper. This is their glass plastic dashboard. This is a freebie that I printed from Plan with Jazz. Here's another dashboard from Cloth and Paper. Here is their year at a glance. This has been really helpful. I've been finding this helpful here. This is going to be a freebie that I got from Mindy Plans that I printed on here. And then this is a freebie from Maria A Plans. Then I have this first insert in here, which is the horizontal weekly undated sheets. So as far as this insert goes, I'm just gonna show you a page like this here. So I've only used this for about 2 weeks now because it's not something where I'm always planning on the go, but hey, it is here and it's undated. So it's perfect. I just have to put the month and the week at the top. Then it goes from Monday through Sunday. I do like that the weekend is on its own it's on its own page over here. Then they have a section for memo, priorities, and what's happening next week. I don't really use the next week part because there's a chance that I may not actually use this insert next week. So I'll just put a sticker there. But yeah, so this is what it's been looking like so far. And then over here, I do have this bookmark from Cloth and Paper. This is their ruler bookmark top tab. So yeah, so that is the first section. Something that I forgot to mention is I actually don't have dividers in here. Instead, what I use is these Cloth and Paper circle page flags. They're really pretty. I haven't really labeled them though, but this is what acts as like my divider between the only 2 sections that I have in here for them. But yeah, so this one coming back over here, this is another freebie I printed from Plan with Jazz. This is a dashboard from Cloth and Paper, vellum dashboard. This is another dashboard from Cloth and Paper, but I think this was once like a half letter size and I just cut it down to pocket to fit in here. This is also from Plan with Jazz. This is a freebie from Tool and Twine Co. And then on the back is another one of those designs. And that leads me into the last main section in here, which is the notes paper. I did get this from 8 Lotus. This was a printable that I ended up just printing and cutting on my own. This has been really helpful, like on the go, whether it's for keeping track of my spending over here or just writing something down quickly. Yeah, it's just nice to have like some paper here for it. So yeah, so I just have a bunch of paper from 8 Lotus in there. Here's another freebie from Plan with Jazz. The very last thing that I have in here is a huge part of my budgeting system, and that is the cash envelopes that I use. So I do make these for myself. These are perfect for the pocket size. And so I have a couple of categories in here. This first one is for my debt snowball. So I usually stub this with any money that I'm going to contribute toward my debts. And that stays in here, and then you'll see why at the end. Here, this is my miscellaneous category. I have a category for my fun or spending it on myself. And then I also have my eating out category. So if you're interested in like how these cash envelopes work here, again, definitely check out my budgeting channel. But I choose these categories to stay in here because it helps me to not spend this money that's in here, like snowball, make sure it goes to snowball debt or paying off my debt snowball. And then also to make sure I'm staying on track with the amounts that I spent toward it. And then this last one here is bank deposit. So for example, if I have any money left over in these categories, I'll usually move them to bank deposit and it goes back into the bank for it. So that's going to be this last cash envelope in here. But this is definitely the reason why I wanted a pocket size planner, because I do carry cash envelopes with me along with my cards back here as well. And having a pocket size now is just amazing. I absolutely love it. So it's not really 2 planners, kind of. I say this is like my wallet here. So yeah, this has been a great system to have for budgeting. And as you can see, it's very detailed, which is why I keep it separate from, let's say, my catch-all planner, because there's a lot going on in here. But I hope you guys enjoyed this planner flip through of my budgeting system. If you did, will you please give it a thumbs up down below? Leave a comment if you're interested in any budgeting tips or have any budgeting questions. Be happy to help you guys here or over on my other YouTube channel, Science of Budgeting. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.